good morning from the Swisher family homestead. How you all doing out there? Doing pretty good. Well, what I got to talk to you about today is what we've lost in the past 3 weeks. Laptop, refrigerator, and chainsaw. 3 things gone in 3 weeks. 1 a week. It's been a timely effort now. I mean, I know off-grid is supposed to be no refrigerator, but let me tell you, buying ice or trying to find a way to keep your food cold is not easy. So we got a refrigerator, runs off the generator, it works fine. Our generator uses 1.5 gallons of gas every 12 hours. We fill it up twice, it's 3 gallons, runs for a whole entire day. Gas isn't that expensive here in Tennessee. It's, I think, $1.98 a gallon, which is reasonable. It's not like some places we went to where it's $3 a gallon. But losing this stuff has really taken a toll on us. But we have got a lot accomplished. Unfortunately, every time that I get a piece of heavy equipment in here, I forget to grab the camera and hit the record button. My bad. But, so what have we done? Well, we spent yesterday or Friday getting a fridge. So we finally got a fridge. The fridge that we had in there, we had bought off of Marketplace, and I see why they got rid of it. And I understand now. Thank God we didn't pay a lot of money for it. It was only 125 bucks. We got about 2 months out of it, and then it just died. So now I got a fridge. So what are we gonna use the fridge for? Look, there's a lot of things to use a refrigerator for. You can use it to store your paint in. You can also use it to store feed. Now what I suggest you do is to drill some holes in the bottom of the door. That way you get some airflow in there so mold doesn't build up, moisture, and you'll be able to put your feed in there. 2, you'll be able to put a lock onto the door so you can lock it up so the coons can't get in there. Sometimes when you don't have the money, and you can't be out there buying all this stuff, find purposes to reuse what you have on the homestead. Well, that's what we're gonna use our fridge for, to store our chicken feed. For the time being, it'll work great. Why not? Instead of sending it to the dump, we'll use it. It's not that bad looking. It's not like it's gonna be an eyesore out on our property. It's gonna work, and that's what matters, is that it works. So we got that. Now the laptop. Well, laptop just went plain simple. Nothing you can do about it, just get a new one. So we finally got that. Amy's got it ready to go, so she's gonna be uploading some videos for you. Now the chainsaw. All right, I noticed when I started up the chainsaw the other day, when I was out here doing a work over here, it just kept dropping tons. And I mean, I could fill it up and it drain out as quick as I fill it up with bar chain oil. And then I heard this pop noise from it. I didn't know what it was. I thought, well, chainsaw's dead. So I got on YouTube. Of course, we all use YouTube for everything. I got on YouTube. I looked up some scenarios. I looked up some repair ideas, some stuff that might go wrong with it that you could try to fix. Bar chain oil stopped. That was a seal that went bad that I fixed here in about 2 seconds. So that was easy. Now, I'm having problems with it bogging out, so I cleaned the carburetor out. Got a carburetor cleaned this morning, got that all set up, used it. It worked all right. Worked better than it did the other day. Because the other day I thought I blew the motor, and the motor was dead, gone, finished. But fortunately it wasn't. But I think I'm going to need to get a new chainsaw, because I'm going to tell you why. I bought this chainsaw on the thought of only cutting down so many trees. I have used that chainsaw like it was a commercial unit, and I have cut down so many trees, I can't count how many trees I've cut down with that thing. From stuff that was 12 inches round to stuff that was only 1 inch round. Now, another thing, I use that thing to cut up all of our firewood for the winter. Now, this is a small, cheap, inexpensive chainsaw by Craftsman. They're not paying me anything for this. I bought it, figured we'll try to start out. I've never really used a chainsaw before, so why spend a lot of money and getting, you know, one of the higher end ones? Let's learn how to use a chainsaw by using a small one and taking our time and being careful with it. Now, it's still going semi. It bogs out a lot, but you know, you take what you get, and right now money is not feasible to buy a new chainsaw. So I got to use what I got to use. But I'll tell you what, that chainsaw has done so much work that if I had to give that chainsaw a 1 out of 5 stars, I would give that thing a 5. Because I paid $100 for it, and it has cut down over 1,000 trees, guaranteed 1,000 trees, over 1,000. Not including the wood I cut up from all the trees down at my buddy Wes's place. Let me tell you, that chainsaw, I use it almost like commercial guys use it, and it did its job. So if it dies, God bless it, because I'll tell you what, it's done wonders for this homestead. It's done wonders for us, and I think it might be time to upgrade to a commercial one to use out here on the homestead, because I've got a lot of stuff to do out here. Now, what's been going on here? You know who I got staring at me right now? Miss Ames. Come over here, Miss Ames. This is my wonderful wife, Miss Amy. Alright guys, so she's got everything set up. We're gonna get some videos out to you real soon.
Yep.
They're coming, trust me. The only bad thing was, like I said, I didn't take the videos of me having to skid steer and cleaning out this back lot. I don't want to clean out all the trees. I want to leave the good trees there. I like the oak trees, the hickory trees, the walnut, everything. I want to keep those. I get rid of some of the small ones to get some sunlight in there to get the medium-sized ones to grow really well. Are you happy? Hey, always got to get in on a video. Always got to get on a video. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to show you the work I did with the skid steer. I was out here for about a day and a half with the skid steer, cleaning up. Wes got it for a week, and he was working, so he couldn't use it during the day, so he let me use it. Thank you, Wes. We really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Wes's homestead is down the way. Eventually, you guys will get to meet him. I hope he'll let me put him on camera. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I don't know.
I don't know if it'll be PG rated.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll be PG rated with him, but you know, he's a good old boy. But anyways, so we did all this stuff, and I wish I would have had it on camera because you guys could have saw so much. But I'm gonna put Amy on the spot on this video. Amy,
what?
I want to see pictures of what this looked like.
Okay.
Before and after.
Okay.
And the final.
Okay.
Which is where we're at now, is the final. Because I did a pre when we had the chipper come in.
Yeah.
And you got to see it then. We had to put the chip somewhere. So for the time being, I just spread it around. Now we've scraped it all down. It's all dirt now. We're going to get grass planted there. We're going to have a nice pasture over there. And we're going to fence it in with barbed wire. So we'll have a place to put our animals over there. And we're going to slowly work our way out to the end of our property line. Now I did go to our end of our property line when I had the skid steer. I did take down some pine trees and stuff that were there. They were little pine trees, nothing even remotely worth saving, or I would have saved them. And we wanted to see how big that lot is, because when you really go out there, you can't really see because there's so much brush built up. Because like I said, this land has never been developed. Mm-hmm. So I went out there, and it looks like if I get a dozer or something here, I could actually widen our land from where the cliffs are. Because we live up the top of a ridge, in case you didn't know, where me and Amy moved here from the city, came here, didn't know anything, and have been doing everything on our own. But anyway, so we cleaned that out. We got to see how much room we got there. And let me tell you, there's more room than we thought there was. Yeah. And we also found out the logging company in 2013 that came down here went and made a road on the other person's property over there that goes all the way down to the bottom and connects with 3 properties. Ours, the guy who owns the one next to us, and the one behind us. So I gotta find that road. So we might be going on an adventure, be you and Amy, and we'll show you where that road's at. And I'm probably gonna take the weed eater down there and the chainsaw so I can clear that road a little. Just to make a path down at the bottom. I gotta know where my property point is on the corner so I can stretch my fence line all the way down there. Now here's the funny thing. All you people are talking about having problems with hunters, okay? I've come up with an idea that will stop them hunters from coming on your property. First thing is, and a lot of you don't believe in doing this, but hey, if it keeps the hunters off of your property, it's worth taking the time. Now, if you've got a piece of grown-in land like I do, Okay? What I suggest to do is barbed wire is very, very cheap. Very cheap. So what I would do is I would do an 8-strand barbed wire, 6 foot tall. So that way when the hunter comes up to the barbed wire fence, it's this high to him. He ain't gonna want to mess with trying to get through it. And if he cuts it, I'll put a trail cam out there, but I doubt if he'll even cut it. It will literally deter him away from it. If you don't want the hunters on your property, that's a way to do it. Me, I really don't want hunters on my property, but if they show up and they're on my property, then they're on my property. But I'll tell you what, if I see them, I'm gonna take care of the issue. If I don't see them, if you're not seen, not heard, then I don't worry about you. But if I see you, we're gonna have some issues. And I'm gonna run them off real fast. They're gonna wish they never came on my property, but it is all in all. When you live out in the country, you get hunters who trespass, who go on your property. You know, sometimes you just gotta give a little, take a little, but put up them signs, go down your property line. Put in Tennessee, you paint a purple square onto a tree. That means no hunting, no trespassing, no fishing, no nothing. It can't come on your land at all. Also, put up some signs. All right? That way, when the hunter comes on your land, you have the right to defend your land.
Yep.
They have no right to be there.
Yep.
So think about that too. That's something else, a little tidbit.
That's not just in Tennessee. That's universal around the world.
Yeah.
That no trespassing signs in the purple square.
Well, the purple square isn't for everybody. I found that out on the internet. But for Tennessee, you can use it. So we're going to use it. You know, and I've already, all the stuff around the property that we've cleared, I've put squares. What I'm worried about hunters, and what everybody needs to worry about hunters, is these guys aren't thinking about the people who live on the land. And they aren't thinking about those stray bullets. When they're shooting a deer and they miss because they suck as a hunter and shouldn't be hunting in the first place, or they're not paying attention, which shouldn't be a hunter in the first place. You get strays. Something happens. What happens? You go out to work on your land and you get hit by a stray bullet, and they ain't ever gonna catch the guy. I'll tell you that right now out here. Unless they link the two up with a bullet with a gun, and we won't go into all that. But anyways, so that's what's been going on with us. We really apologize. We've just been having a lot of falters here. A lot of things just happening one after another. And there's not much we can do. The well is almost paid for. We almost got the well paid for. It'll be paid for next month. We'll be out from underneath it. Thank God. Because that's a big chunk when you're paying on the well. Man, that well was expensive. It wasn't cheap. The well is doing phenomenal, by the way. In case you watched the well video, the well is doing phenomenal. We haven't had any problems with it.
I'll put a link to that video here.
Pretty much everything's been going pretty good. We've been doing, except for all the falters of the chainsaw, the refrigerator, and the computer. We're holding it together. The homestead, Swisher Homestead, is being held together. We got a lot of construction coming up though on some projects. You're gonna be pretty amazed by what we're gonna do with this little tiny home we got here. You know, we flip-flop back and forth. You'll see if you've seen all our other videos. We have flip-flop back and forth about, you know, getting another one out here, getting another one out.
He is flip-flop back and forth.
Getting another one out here and doing this and doing that, wanting to do this and wanting to do that, and you know, we want to build our forever home. That's our idea. To build our forever home, the home that we're going to retire in, the home that we're going to die in, basically. It's our forever home, and that's what we're working towards, is getting our forever home done. And you know, we've really thought about it, and right now financially, we got a cabin here. It's not the greatest. I will say, don't ever buy from this company. I am not gonna say their name, but yeah, they're terrible, and
the quality is not
there.
I mean,
it's a shed. I understand that, but still, there was problems with it that they would not fix. They wouldn't even return my calls. I called them 3 times. They wouldn't even return my calls, which really makes me mad. So we deal with what you have. When you get out on the homestead, you just got to deal with it. You got to figure out ways of fixing stuff and how to do things, you know. And we're just gonna fix this up. So when we do get our forever home built in the next 20 years,
it's not gonna take that long. I hope it's not gonna take that long.
in the next 20 years, it'll probably, I'll put the last nail and then I'll keel over. It's probably what will happen. But no, when we get our forever home done, and we're gonna make this so that when we get family, we got a lot of kids, we got 5 kids. When we get our family down here, you know, not only the house, but we want them to have a place to stay. And you know, it'll be nice, it'll be perfect. I mean, we got a little studio fridge in there, a little small fridge. We're gonna get a stove for it and stuff. That's all another video. I'm not gonna release all the good stuff that's happening in there, but you're gonna get to see it, because if I'm inside the house and the camera's right there, I'll be able to video that stuff all the time. Now, another thing, don't forget about the cooking shows. I'm gonna start doing cooking shows. So I'm gonna give you guys all kinds of recipes on all kinds of stuff that you guys can try out. And I am a chef of 32 years, retired now, and let me tell you, I can cook like the wind. And I'm trying to get stuff, I'm going more on the aspect of the pioneer type situation. No hoity-toity meals. There might be a few here and there that I do for special occasion for Amy and stuff, but most of it's gonna be as healthy as possible and just good old food. Excuse me. So at that point, guys, this is the quick Q&A for the Swisher Homestead. Hey, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that bell, and hit that thumbs up. And Amy,
what?
She got nothing to say. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.